I hope you'll forgive me for reading this one, but I want to get it right the way I wrote it. And I don't have a teleprompter. If you live with fur kin, sooner or later you lose fur kin. And I know there are some people out there who will tell you that you just need to get over it because it's just an animal, just a pet. Well, there are those of us who don't see it that way. And I hope this will help you get through things a little easier. It's called The Price and the Promise of Love. We do what we can with what we have and what we know. That's the best that we can do. But sooner or later there does come the time when everything isn't enough. And there really are no easier ways to go through this. I've been through it far more times than I want to count, going back to when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I still remember that one. And I've lost fur kin suddenly, slowly, expected and unexpected. Sometimes I've been there, sometimes I haven't. The pain is the same. Somebody's going to tell you that the pain goes away in time, but that's not really quite true. But time is our friend, because over time we actually begin to absorb and digest the pain, and it slowly becomes not just that one part of us that we can't forget, but it blends and merges with all of us. And that in some ways sounds worse, some ways sounds better, but it comes under the heading of as good as it's going to get. But as this is absorbed, okay, the pain remains, because this isn't about forgetting. But as the pain moves and becomes just part of the rest of us, we are able to start remembering the joy. All of those joys that the pain overwhelmed for a while. And the memories will always be bittersweet because the pain doesn't go away. But what you have to remember is the time comes when it is the joy that is your dominant memory sooner or later. And we may swear to never put ourselves through this again. Oh, I have made that vow so many times. I've given up making that vow because the cats don't listen to us. Those cats that are out there coming to us, looking for us, needing us. And even, since the last time I made that vow, we have gained and lost Lancelot, Al, and Buddy. We have gained and still have, I want to make sure I don't leave out a name, Glyph, Brule, Ariel, Rodo, Rooter, Bianca, Berlioz, Raucous, Bob, Charlie, Dapper, and most recently, Natasha. And I've reached the point in my life where I know I may not even outlive some of them, which is an entirely different scary thought. But you can't turn away. And even, looking at some of the ones we have now does remind me of the ones we've lost. And that brings back some of the pain. They say it doesn't go away. It also brings back some of the joy. And I know the sorrow that I have in the past, the sorrow that waits in the future. But I also know there has been joy, there is joy, there will be joy. And we can never do everything we want to do for them. That's part of why the price of love is sorrow. The best that we can do with this somewhat unsatisfactory situation is to swallow the pain like medicine and sip the joy like wine. And even though that medicine is so very bitter, like wine, the joy ages very well. And eventually, the wine dilutes the sorrow. And it's the joy that we remember. And that part is the promise of love. And if you're watching this, you may very well have suffered a recent loss. I hope this helps at least a little bit. And there is that part that wants to wish you never have to feel the sorrow. But the only way to do that is to miss the pain. To miss the joy, you lose the pain too. So I'm not going to wish you pain, but I will wish you the fullness of joy and the promise that comes with the price of love. So I hope your life is shared with Furkin, and don't turn away that little fur ball that's out there looking for you. So long.